everyone, it just changed them. You are part of a small group of survivors who possess a rare genetic immunity to the red flu, a virus that turns the infected into violent, hive-minded predators. But in a world where resources are scarce and trust is extinct, being immune doesn't make you a hero, it makes you a target. Welcome to The Immune, the first gritty, relentless, and deeply suspenseful installment in David Kazzie's post-apocalyptic saga. If you love biological thriller tropes, realistic survivalism, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated terror of navigating a landscape where your own biology is both your greatest asset and your biggest liability, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in dystopian fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical combat with the profound weight of moral decay. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist facing the immediate aftermath of societal collapse, thrusting them into a race against time to secure a safe haven before the infected hordes or desperate human raiders find them. The atmosphere is thick with the smell of antiseptic and rot, the static of dying radios, and the creeping dread of knowing that every alliance is temporary and every safe haven is an illusion. Kazzie excels at capturing the psychological toll of long-term survival, making every scavenging run, every tense negotiation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of everything that makes life worth living. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular immune protagonist trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting raiders, it's about understanding the psychology of the infected, managing dwindling resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who have superior numbers and zero regard for collateral damage. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy tactics, forge uneasy truces with other survivor groups, and completely shock arrogant commanders with their stubborn refusal to break is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat to life, making the crack of rifle fire, the shudder of impact, and the frantic whispers in the dark feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular action and the survival mechanics, the soul of The Immune lies in its characters and the heavy burden of leadership. The protagonist isn't an invincible hero. They are a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of making impossible choices to protect those they care about. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, complicated bond with the small group of survivors may reluctantly allow into their orbit, a found family bound by shared trauma and the knowledge that they are the last line of defense against total darkness. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet conversations by a flickering candle feel just as impactful as the explosive, chaotic firefights on the perimeter. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major raider gang targets the community sanctuary, forcing them into a desperate high-stakes last stand. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming improvisation, and raw, unbridled courage. The protagonist must use every hidden trick, every overloaded trap, and every ounce of their will to hold the line against an unstoppable tide. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, hard-earned victory that proves humanity's greatest weapon isn't its firepower, it's its refusal to surrender its soul. The Immune is a triumph of the post-apocalyptic thriller genre. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically intense. David Kazzie has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog holding the line. Plug in your headphones, check your perimeter, and join the fight. The world is broken, but their defiance is eternal.